What's your view on the market currently, and what's the future for the real estate in India?
India is going to be in the developing mode for the next century.
Would you associate any risk more with the global scenario, or is there anything here in India?
You really see that the market here is stable, is despite not having so much of FDI in the real estate market.
Vikas, thank you very much for having us here today. Such a beautiful office. We just had a conversation about India market, about the company, and I asked you if you could record that because it's always very insightful. So first of all, thank you very much for having us here. Pleasure to be here today.
Thank you for coming and giving us your time.
The main reason why I wanted to pay you this visit is because you were nominated as the person of the year in the real estate market in India, and you're going to be receiving the GRI Awards this year in October. So we are delighted you accepted such a recognition. It's just a natural consequence of the great work you have been doing for the real estate market here. I want to start by asking you, how do you see the current situation in the real estate market here in India? I can see you have eyes in different aspects of the market. You are capable of looking to the details of the execution, but also keeping your eyes in the macro aspects of the business. What's your view on the market currently, and what's the future for the real estate in India?
Firstly, a big thank you to GRI for nominating me. It's a huge honor, and I'm truly humbled. I really hope that I live up to the expectations that are already set by people who receive these awards. With great humility and gratitude, I accept that. Now, on to your question. I feel India is going to be in the developing mode for the next century. I think that not only just this decade, several decades will belong to India because we have so much to do, and we have a large population. We have aspirational population that really wants to move to the next level, and this is exactly what is so exciting about India. And when you said that, for me, real estate is not my business. It's something that I live for. It's my passion. And anything to do with real estate is something that excites me. We started as residential developers, moved on to building hotels, shopping mall, office buildings, social infrastructure. So, I would say that any aspect of real estate excites us. We are looking at data centers now. And, so for me, I feel that the future of real estate in India is exciting and massive opportunities. And we are really excited and looking forward to be a big part of that play.
Fantastic. You mentioned different asset classes. Is there any specific asset class or location, anything that you consider a very special opportunity at the moment? I'm asking this question with the idea that if I'm a foreign investor and this video goes all over the world and I'm considering entering India, what would be the most exciting opportunity for a foreign investor?
When I say this, I'm going to sound like I'm biased towards India. But trust me, you could be doing anything and you'll succeed in India. The first, principle for doing business in India is you do not need to do any market study, because the demand for everything is so high and there is so much that one needs to do to fulfill that demand, that anything you build is going to be sold, leased, and consumed, occupied, whatever one can call it. And any asset class. I mean, if you really see the number of shopping malls we have in Mumbai, the number of office buildings you have in Mumbai, or hotels. I mean, it's been like you literally have 3 or 4 hotels in a decade being built in a city like Mumbai, It's like unheard of anywhere in the world. Mumbai should be receiving 3 or 4 hotels in a year. You get that kind of in a decade. So that is the shortfall in demand being produced. So for my friends in the global world, I would say, you know, there's really nothing you need to look back for. There's enough and more demand in every segment of our industry, and one can do really well doing anything.
And when you look at the risks that could be involved in deploying capital in real estate here in India, would you associate any risk more with the global scenario, or is there anything here in India that you think is more challenging? For example, in the past, I have been coming to the country since 2010, and I sense that the relationship with the federal government has improved a lot the last few years, and the business environment is much more mature than it was 15 years ago. But is there anything else that would keep you awake at night?
Frankly, I'm not so much worried about the global market. In its own way, India has decoupled itself from the global market. And especially in the real estate industry, we still have a lot of checks and balances in place for foreign investment to come into India. The Indian government have been very prudent in not allowing hot money to come in and go out. So you really see that the market here is stable, is despite not having so much of FDI in the real estate market. We have very few players, and all of them literally cater to buildings that are ready. Very few of them actually come in and do greenfield. You have a few coming today, like a Brookfield or a Sumitomo, but by and large, let's say even a Blackstone has always preferred to buy assets that are ready. So that clearly shows that the supply chain has been slow, and that really is the opportunity for people to look at it in India. And because the demand is so high, I don't see any financial risk. Obviously, there are execution risks. One has to be prudent about what they buy and how much they buy for. Make sure that the title of the land is clear, all the approvals are in place, all the basic hygiene that one would do building anywhere in the world is what you probably say here. Barring that, I'd say that the markets are great. You build a good product, and there are enough and more buyers for that.
Because such a smart and brilliant leader, you probably could do well in any sector, not just real estate. If you put your mind into something, the way you lead your business shows me that you could do well in any other industry. Why real estate? And if you had to start all over again, would you still choose real estate?
It's ironical. Today, when I was speaking with my son Vihan, we were actually talking about a template for business. And we were discussing on a template that could actually be used for doing any business. And I was telling him, I said that I am passionate about real estate. I love real estate. You should do real estate if you really are passionate and you really love real estate. And if you don't, you should not worry because the template for business pretty much is the same. You can replace real estate with any other business. It could be pharma, it could be any other business, and yet the template remains the same. We all work on a business template. My template is absolutely replicable. I can use this for any other business. But like I said, that I'm passionate about real estate. Money is a byproduct of what we do. It's not the purpose. And hence, not many businesses excite me. Uh, and that's why I personally wouldn't choose anything over real estate. If I were to have a restart and I had the option to look back and do something different, it still would be real estate. I mean, like for me,
A true
I'm
path.
like that so committed to it. And yeah, I mean, I really enjoy.
Now, having done so much and achieved so much at such a young age, What keeps you motivated? What inspires you nowadays? What makes you wake up every day? You were just telling me about your routine. Coming, I ask you, are you still coming every day to the office? Say, yeah, every day, and I work a lot. What inspires you?
Frankly, like I said, that I'm so passionate about work. Every time I come to office, I'm almost guilty of too much pleasure in office. The amount of fun I have here, like a lot of people think that working is like a sacrifice. I would say when you are working and you're enjoying so much, your family members sacrifice the time they could spend with you and allow you to do what you really want to do. And this is exactly what I do when I come here. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm having so much fun. And I'm lucky that my family understands that I want to do this so badly and let me do it.
You talk about family a lot. I had the chance to meet your son today, earlier today as well. And I can see this is something very present in your life. How to balance family life and professional life the way you do? Because I can see that you care a lot about family.
Frankly, I lead a seamless life. For me, I don't isolate my family when it comes to work. They know everything about my work. They love my work, and they are actually contributing in their own little way. Uh, Even with work, they are my bounce boards. And right from a very early age, I have been having very meaningful conversations with my children, both my boys. We travel together. Our boardroom table, actually, our dining room table is our boardroom table. In their own innocent way, they come up with such amazing ideas that really, so we're really like a family and a family business when it comes to real estate. So everyone's doing their bit, and everyone's excited. Everyone's like, we have ears on ground. We listen, we watch, we observe things that excite us. We bring that on the table, see how we can use it in our own business. There's so much interaction about our work within the family that a lot of family time is spent discussing work. So it's seamless, and that kind of really, balances it out, I would say.
Very interesting. If you had the opportunity to talk to the young Vikas, maybe at 18 years old, if you had to go back in time and talk to yourself, what lesson you know now, or what idea you know you would like to tell yourself when you were 18 or 20 years old? Which kind of insights would you share with yourself?
So, I'm really lucky, and this question actually resonates with me. So, instead of me thinking in my head that I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to my children. And, whatever I'm doing today, and, with all the knowledge of having worked for 30 plus years, I'm able to carry that and tell them to do it at 18. So when I was today talking to him about a template of business, and I put Oberoi Realty in the center, what's the world around Oberoi Realty? And I put that so simply, and I explained to them that this is the ecosystem around Oberoi Realty and how each one of them work and how they influence Oberoi Realty. If somebody would have explained to me so simply, it would have been great. Like I say that, yeah, I mean, all the conversation that I have with my children today, I may not be able to sum it up in few words, but whatever I tell my boys is something that I would have loved to tell myself. But yeah, that's how it is.
And thinking about the future, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Um, do you take a lot of time to think about artificial intelligence, how that's going to impact the way you work, the way your companies operate? Is there something that you take into consideration when you think about future?
So I think artificial intelligence is going to be a tool. We all have to learn how to use it. If we don't, um, A lot of people say that artificial intelligence is going to take your jobs away. I feel not knowing or not learning how to handle artificial intelligence is going to take your job away. And if you master it, you will really be increasing your speed of doing everything that you do. So I would say it's the next big thing. We are already using that in our business, whether it is analyzing a customer, including and not limited to chatbots with our customer. We're already using, we're actually creating a platform where all our the project management services to customers would be through AI. And designing is a very, very big part of what AI can do for you and the speed at which it can do for you. So I would say that not just real estate, there is no industry that will survive without, embracing artificial intelligence totally.
Perfect. We have a lot of future leaders that will watch this interview. If there's a new leader now is decided to join the real estate industry, either a developer or investments, what would be your advice? What's the most important advice you could give to somebody who wants to enter the real estate world?
Well, real estate is a business that requires a lot of passion. It's a mix of the fashion industry and the production industry. So, one should really be passionate, focus on design, focus on execution, focus on your customer, bring something new on the table when you are creating a product.
Very interesting you said about design. There are a lot of changes in the real estate industry that have been happening in the last few decades. Uh, Not so much about the bricks, but a lot to do with the customer experience, with the services as part of the real estate industry, is putting the consumer in the center of the equation. And there are other changes as well happening. Uh, when you look back in the last couple decades, what's the main change that you think is driving real estate in the world nowadays?
I think today people are becoming aspirational. They want everything at the click of the button. If I'm doing a project, I basically try to understand the lifestyle of the customer and I want to provide him. He has limited time. Obviously, earlier people bought a house to just stay and they would step out to work, come back, and come home to sleep. And they tried to do everything that was socially relevant or required outside their house. Today, all that is moved in. There are no more building homes, we are building communities. We're putting people together and we create that common thread by providing them with the amenities, facilities that they all collectively enjoy and spend time together. So somewhere we are also trying to tie the social fabric together. And real estate is going to be about all this. It's not just a brick and mortar business anymore, coupled with all the services that one puts in. Today, uh, like even let's say a Ferrari as a car company is not merely selling you a car. They have a club that probably brings all the customers together. They do, they share experiences, they travel together, and they build a community of people who love Ferraris. Similarly, I would say that when you build an apartment, you put people together, you create that common ethos between them, and you give them experiences and not merely space. And it can be, you start with creating that backdrop, but then you'll have to curate experiences around them for them to, be more interested and be together.
Perfect. Because if I may, I must say that I consider myself very lucky for being able to travel the world, to have members in over 100 countries. And I have the opportunity to meet leaders like you. And there are two things that they have in common, the best leaders. First, they are very humble. And second, they always put family in the center of their lives. So I'm very glad that I had the opportunity to talk to you today and to reinforce the impression of, the big leaders. Sometimes we have the impression that the big leaders, they know everything. But I want to say thank you very much for being such a humble leader, and for sharing your thoughts with us. It was a good conversation, and we look forward to meeting you in October to give you the awards, because it's extremely well deserved. So thank you very much for your time, and congratulations for everything you have done so far.
Thank you so much for your kind words. It's in a way reassuring coming from you that people who you meet have similar ideas about life. It's really reassuring. You meet some of the best people. Coming from you is just reassuring that we are on the right track. And thank you again for the award. And I'm truly humbled and truly grateful for you having considered me for this job.
You are the best, the perfect name. Thank you very much again. Thank you.